only a Libra would think that someone wouldn't steal their purse like that. What's up, everybody? I'm Julia Loken.
I'm Stevie Anderson.
I'm Lisa Chanou.
And we're What's Your Sign, a comedy astrology podcast for lovers and haters. And today we are joined by astrologer, co-founder of the Cusp app, and founder of the 11th House community, Kira Taborn, aka The Astrology. And we are back again to talk about more astrology of Harlem. Can't get enough, won't stop talking about it, can't stop. So flip a tarot card, light your candle, charge your crystals, and let's get in the stars. Okay. On the count of three, everybody say who you think my favorite character is.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Angie.
It's nice to meet you.
I, as a person currently surrounded by Tauruses, and I have Taurus in my 8th house, Angie is like pure Taurus energy. There is like nothing else. If there was like a chart where it literally was everything Taurus, I would be like, yep, 100% accurate. Total Taurus. I mean, does anyone think otherwise?
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Us Aries moons here. Like, yeah, actually, we would love to debate what, like, this point that I do have her as a Taurus sun because, yeah, not to get all, archetypical, but like clothes and food and singing, like, definitely has the Taurus energy. But I think it's just because she has such conflict of being an artist but not wanting to sell out, which gives me Aqua Moon vibes. She wants to be so pure to the art form. And I do think, too, I get a Sag rising just because I think a Taurus is going to want to make the money, but the Aqua Moon has this kind of contrarian, no, I'm an artist thing. And she has somebody had to say it energy, which I can ascribe a bit to Sagittarius. I think there's this conflict of having fun, but also like having an adult life that she's still kind of figuring out while everyone else is figuring out. But she just is still like not accepting it, which feels like, I don't think she's as conjunct as being so Taurus, because I think she would be a little more mission focused. I do think she's kind of pulled in a few different directions because she doesn't even know.
I get major like Aries Pisces combo from Angie. I just feel like the messiness of like that combination is so her. Like, I don't know. I feel like she's an Aries sun personally. I just feel like she just gives off that like just do it energy in a lot of ways. Maybe I think Venus and Taurus. I think there's definitely some Taurus vibes there, but Pisces moon, I don't know. I just feel like she's so messy, but in the best ways, And maybe I'm thinking about this wrong. I think what really draws me to the Pisces actually is I think she has Mercury in Pisces. I think that's really loud. Yeah, just the way that like how musical and artistic and creative she is feels very Piscean as well. And maybe I'm also thinking maybe it's Venus and Pisces too. Like there's just so much like love and exuberance and, even like romanticism. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of Pisces energy. But there's definitely a lot of fire that like, that lights her up. So yeah, that's my take. I think that there's some Pisces Aries combo going on there.
I'm with Julia. I think she's Taurus. Again, this is another character where I completely saw myself and not necessarily the parts I love about myself, where she says she can never work. Definitely had that moment in my life. And also a very, very stereotypical Taurus thing of like being lazy. I think the same thing with the living with Quinn thing. Like it's clear that, it's not her perfect situation, but it's also like, it's where she is at. And Tauruses can really just stay and stay and stay, even if they don't love what they're in. And I definitely live in an apartment where I complain every day about where I live, and I haven't moved in 5 years. So I'm just saying I see some of that there. I think Tauruses are a super ruthless sign. In episode 3, when when Camille meets Ian's new fiance, Angie says, "Call ICE on that British." And that is definitely like a Taurus quote. That is a thing a Taurus would do for sure. She also says, "Whatever I do, it has to be good." And I think that for sure Taurus are perfectionists. They, they're creative people, but it's hard to present their creativity because they want it to be perfect before anyone sees it, all that kind of stuff.
I have a new theory. I mean, it's just kind
Whoa.
of like solidified. I think, hear me out.
Okay.
Gemini rising.
Ooh,
I like that.
Jupiter in the first house in Gemini.
Yeah.
And then ruled by Mercury and Pisces in the 10th house. Needs to be seen, right? Needs to be witnessed. 5th house is ruled by Venus and Pisces in the 10th house.
Okay.
I just think she's really 10th housey. I think she needs to be seen. I think her messiness needs to be seen, like all the glory.
Yes.
And then I think I would give her an Aries moon, honestly.
Okay.
I like that.
All that stuff, especially the Venus, it's like when she comes through anyway for Quinn, when they get in that fight and then she still comes and brings Quinn's car and all of that stuff. Like that's what ties me to those, like the more Pisces and the more Taurus things. Cause it's like, they're still people. They're like still emotional. They're still connected. They're still loyal. They're still friends.
Well, that's what we think about Angie, and we love her. Now let's talk about Quinn.
I have been looking for love, real love, for so long, and it has to be my turn.
Does anyone else have her pegged? Because I feel like I have her like totally pegged.
Go
for it. Go off.
He does.
She, to me, screams. She has major Virgo energy, right? But I think that she is a Libra rising with Venus and Virgo. I just feel like she has this very Venus and Virgo energy of like, please love me. like what am I doing? Like, I know I deserve so much love and I know that I have so much love to give, but like, why isn't it happening for me? Or like, what's wrong with me? What do I have to do to like prove to you that I'm like lovable? And she's kind of like drifty, floaty, like not totally with it. Not, like the fact that she gets catfished so often, like I feel like she's
Hilarious.
such a 12th houser. Sun sign, I don't know. What do you guys think sun sign wise? I mean, I think Virgo off the top of my head. She just gives me Virgo vibes, but very 12th house Virgo. Like she has the aesthetic like Libra rising for sure, but it's like she overdoes it. She's like a little too detail oriented in her approach to how she presents herself.
I had her as a Libra sun with an Aquarius moon. Aquarius and moon never wants to be got twice, you know what I mean? But the Libra sun's willing to give it a chance. And then I think that there's just so much trust in her. And I think there is this kind of trusting nature in Libras where it works in positive ways a lot of times, but it also works in the like fatal flaw way of you tell your friend, like, go get back on that train, not knowing that the train is really like your Uber account. You know what I mean? I think it's kind of that. And I think Libra is another one of those signs with duality. So I think they're willing to believe the world is as good as they are. And I think Aquarius can see the world as being bad a little bit more. And we see, she has this fashion line. She wants everything to be sustainable. That's very Aquarius. And Libra being fashion. That was me. And she's a little quirky. She's a little aqua. She's a little quirky to me.
Very quirky Quinn. I agree with the Virgo-ness. She's very neat. She's very particular. She wants to please everyone. And I think Virgos and Libra are people pleasers, but just in different ways. Virgo's more in that service-oriented way. Libra does in that, that like me, love me. What's wrong with me? I'll do anything. And I just want to make it work. I mean, her decisions just sometimes makes you just go like, Quinn, why are you doing any of this? But I'm going to throw a Cap rising out there. She's done the whole straightforward, I make money, I come from money thing. She knows how to be a boss. She knows how to go after what she wants. But I think she wants to be known for her creativity, for her ideas. I have like the sun in the 9th house with that, with her vision. And then maybe if she has this, I like a Libra moon for her, right on the midheaven, seeing her for her fashion, for her careers. And she's so the mediator. And like, because all the things she has to complain about is rooted from her privilege. And she's like, can you guys just check in on me sometimes too? It's just it just has such a pureness. And I really love that she is also always kind of pushing Angie, but there for her. But yeah, she's got very sadly stereotypical uptight Virgo energy. But I love Quinn. You're just like, Quinn.
I love Quinn also. I love all of this Virgo in the 12th idea. And I love Libra rising. That's not what I initially thought, but I definitely agree Libra. I think Libra sun, but I think Libra rising also, because I think that, like you said, it is that kind of appearance thing, and that Virgo Venus of it being like trying so hard, but also kind of trying at the wrong parts of it, if that makes sense. And I think that combination with the Libra sun and all of that, of it being like, we see that she's tried all of these different kind of business angles when we have that flashback episode, and her, knowing that she wants to be the face of this thing, but not necessarily having the idea itself. And it's like, she has like the nicest storefront, but no one's buying the clothes. And I also love the idea of her maybe having a Pisces moon, which would be in her 6th house. And I think having this kind of like, I don't know, that feels like where the messiness is for her. I know it could be, it seems like relationships, but it also is like not just romantic relationships. It is this kind of like her giving too much of herself, taking care of everybody and not taking care of these things, and always having to kind of like have someone else help her keep those day-to-day 6th house things together. But she has such a big heart, and she wants, like, she clearly is, has that something mutable in there, which I think that Virgo stuff too. But what do you think about this Pisces moon?
I like it with the 6th, because there's something about like just living life that seems hard for Quinn. And if she didn't have that support system, where would Quinn be?
Let's talk about our favorite boss, Ty.
Get your little recorder thing out. I want this on record.
I really struggled with Ty's placements, and I think it's because they're, I didn't want to be stereotypical, and I feel like she is, I don't know, there's so many archetypes that she embodies, and I don't know, but she also is kind of unknowable and unreachable and all this. So my with all of that being said, I am going Virgo rising, Leo sun, Capricorn moon.
Oh, I also went with Leo sun, but when you said unknowable and all of that, it took me to Pisces right away, which I had a hard time figuring out Ty's signs as well. I think I got Leo when, right away when Ty's in the meeting and she says to the guy who thinks her assistant is in charge, the name isn't Ty, it's Your Highness. And Leos are the royals of the zodiac. Ty has a lot of connections, business, high-powered, public persona, competitive, all this like lioness energy I think is really there. Trying to outbreak up with Shayla, trying to outbreak up each other, all that stuff I can see. But when you said that, it just took me right to Pisces. So I don't know if that's something.
I feel I also picked up Leo and Cap energy, but I am like wholeheartedly Ty's a Scorpio sun. I just feel as a Scorpio, I'm just like, she screams Scorpio energy. I pegged her as Scorpio sun, Leo moon, Capricorn rising. Leo moons are more likely to like crave or need that sort of validation more than Leo suns are, actually. Because Leo sun, it's like the sun in domicile. They don't need to say that they're the queen or the king, they just embody it. But Leo moon definitely needs more of that reflected back to them. And so, yeah, I'm pegging her as a Scorpio sun, Leo moon, and then Cap rising. Just big Cap daddy energy for sure.
I mean, classic Scorpio. Come on. Like, sex-driven CEO, playing every game that there could be. But I'm going to throw a Gemini rising in the mix just because she's in tech. That's a big part of her identity is, like, into the tech world and being this kind of pioneer, and also just being able to have that Gemini rising being Mercury ruled and being able to switch to whoever she's encountering, which I think is great for being a boss, for client work, for, you know, fucking around and dating around. So I think Ty is definitely overarching, very Scorpio, but I think there is some light playfulness because she's also super quick, super funny. I think that she is like one of the like most secretly very Scorpio funny characters of the show.
Ty,
We want when Scorpio's serving every time.
That
It's
part,
true.
yeah.
It's true. That's been our astrological breakdown of Harlem. If you want to see more, I mean, we hope there's more, a season 2, please.
Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment below which signs you think the characters of Harlem are.
Follow Kira. Kira is thebomb.com. And if you liked this video, then you'll probably like our podcast, What's Your Sign? There's new episodes every Monday. We're a comedy astrology podcast, and we'll see you next time.
Whoa, oh my God. I see the
See you later. We have to try everything right now.
Hello.
this and like tell me.
I don't care about the show. I just want a good blooper reel.
I want to learn science.
You guys are gonna make me look like I'm in the show, right? You're gonna put in the effects. Replace the green. I don't want to look like an asshole here.
Sorry.